doing. The only thing that will change is the slang and the swear words. And that's why I've probably made you uncomfortable. It works for some people, but for me, I can't do it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Where's the applause? I know you missed me because I missed me too.
The last 2 weeks, I've just been recollecting myself, just regrouping, taking time to figure out some personal things, and I'm back. But we are so back. We are the backiest of backs.
So you clicked on this video because I probably made you uncomfortable at one point or another. Whether it was something weird that I had said or done, I'm just always authentically myself, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. The only thing that will change is the slang and the swear words. I always believe in being 100% your authentic self, being exactly who you are. Sometimes that makes people feel either defensive, insecure, or kind of brings out who they really are. And I think that no matter where I am or what I'm doing or who I'm speaking to, I will be myself no matter what. So being 100% your authentic self sometimes makes people uncomfortable, and that's why I've probably made you uncomfortable. Who the f*** did you make uncomfortable? Well, probably some people for sure. Something about me is like, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your title is. I don't care what your status is. I don't care what you do for work. I don't care
How much money you have in your bank account. I don't care if you're supposed to be some, whatever person. How do you treat people? How do you make others feel? That's what I look at. That's how do people react? How do people feel when you walk into a room? And if I'm one of those people in that room and you're supposed to be like, quote unquote, somebody, of some seniority or some importance or status or whatever it is, and if I see you walk into a room and people are like, instantly like shrinking themselves because of your presence, am I gonna like respect that?
I think there's this whole parallel between authenticity and kind of the way that you view people and the way that you view yourself. Because the way that I view myself and the way that I view others is, are they a good person? How do they make others feel? And I know that no matter who I'm talking to or no matter what I'm doing, I want to make sure that I leave a positive and lasting impact and I make other people feel good, no matter what. It doesn't matter what your position is or authority or not authority or whatever to me. That will gain my respect. Older people, if they click on this video, are gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? How could you say something like that? And I think part of the reason that I'm so authentically myself and that is a core value of mine is because part of being authentic is being so yourself to where you understand that everybody's different. You understand that everybody's doing their own, has their own personalities and ways of doing things. And I think that a reason that I am that way is because I just can't be something that I'm not. I can't pretend to try to put on like a show. It works for some people, but for me, I can't do it. Everybody has their own unique and special personality and skills and characteristics and traits that they have that are great. Making people uncomfortable with authenticity will only happen when they are uncomfortable with themselves. When you're your most authentic self and other people react negatively towards you, as long as you're not being rude or disrespectful, obviously, and other people are acting negatively towards you for no reason other than the fact that they're insecure with themselves and they are not confident in themselves enough to be who they truly are and present that to the world. And seeing you be so confident and comfortable in yourself and being able to show up as yourself in the world makes them feel very uncomfortable. And I think that sometimes there are people who just wonder like, oh, why don't people like me? Or why, is it hard for me to connect with people? And I think that being your most authentic self can sometimes feel like a double-edged sword in a way where, you're attracting people who into your life and making connections and relationships with people who are also very much who they are, but you're also repelling people who are not secure in themselves either. So it can be very amazing, beautiful, and kind of sometimes you feel like, oh, I wonder like why these people are being weird around me, or like why do they not like me, or why does it seem like they don't like me? And I think that that's something I've struggled with and still sometimes struggle with, because it's hard to tell whether or not somebody doesn't like you, or maybe they're just not as open yet, or whether they just don't like you because they're not comfortable in themselves. And I've definitely made a fair share of people who've come in and out of my life, whether that be like other people that work with me, like people that I've interacted with, I don't know, obviously not from being rude or disrespectful, but I could definitely tell that I've made people kind of take a step back and be like, huh? Like, you know what I mean? Because just of how comfortable and confident in who I am, how authentic I am in myself, that sometimes that makes people kind of do like a double take. Anybody who seems kind of either uncomfortable or standoffish or maybe a little bit shy at first, but then saw you opening up and saw you being your authentic self, will automatically feel more comfortable being themselves. And I think that that's something that I'm able to do and able to be for a lot of people, because I'm just so myself that when people see that, they're like, oh, now I can be myself, and we can all be who we really are. That's when you can truly make those genuine connections, whether it be professional, whether it be personal, whether it be a relationship, or, whatever kind of nature that connection is. You can have something more genuine and relatable and, be more memorable to a person. Leave a longer, positive, lasting impact on somebody that will definitely create a really positive energy to be around. If you've ever found it difficult to make friends or connect with people, and you've really put yourself out there and you've really tried to put yourself in environments, like-minded people and whatever, maybe it's because you're trying to act a certain way. Maybe you're not being your truest self. Maybe the things that you perceive as weird or awkward or odd about yourself, somebody will be like, hey, that's so cool. Like, I do that too, or I like that too, or I play this game also. I find it so amazing that you're into that and that you like that thing or like that food or watch that show, and just embrace that about you, even though they don't personally do it themselves or identify with it themselves. And I think that that's when you can truly just create that positive energy, that positive environment, that positive space for people to kind of be who they are when you are who you are. And you can't always wait for that person to show up and make it comfortable for everybody. Sometimes you kind of have to be the one that breaks the ice to where other people start to feel, now I can be myself because I see you being yourself. To be that person takes confidence in who you are, and it's just kind of a feedback loop of, to be that person, you must be comfortable and secure in yourself and in your personality and in who you are, to where you can invite others to be who they are and be themselves. And if you want to invite others and to be themselves and create those genuine connections, you need to be, I guess it all just circles back to being comfortable with yourself, and to invite other people to be the icebreakers to others. They need to start doing that too. Being who you are in your truest form is kind of one of the most beautiful things. Like, when I hear my friends talking about things that they're passionate about, even though I stare at them blankly like, yeah, like I literally don't know what this is, but I love that for you. Slay. I don't know anything about it, but I'm here for it, and I'll listen to you talk about it all day long because you're so into it. More so helpful when you're trying to build connections with people you don't know versus people you're already close with and already friends with. If you're trying to create a positive and fun and cohesive environment, even like avoiding the typical corporate talk, oh my gosh, connecting with others is one of the things that makes us human. Now, this is getting really philosophical right now, but how you feel and how you make others feel is being who you are to the truest and molecular extent. I am just myself. I embrace who I am. I feel like I always have this like youthful little spirit at heart. Like I love
stuffed animals, I love animation, I love creative anything. Like my laptop has literally all these really fun stickers. Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. I love things that are just cute and animated and youthful, and that's just who I am.
If you take away one thing from this video, I really urge you guys to try to just be more comfortable with who you are and the things you enjoy and the things you love, and really embrace them and be passionate about everything that you're about. Just be socialant to the point where no matter what anybody says, or no matter what awkward silence or stares or this or that cannot break you. Like you are you, you're just gonna be you, and that's it. Don't let anybody's reactions or lack of reaction change the way that you feel about yourself or the things you enjoy. If you're trying to connect with somebody and you seem to have trouble connecting, just be excited or interested in what they have to say or what they're interested in, even if you don't know, because being curious is also something that really helps to connect and really helps to bridge gaps. Because when you ask questions and you want to know more about somebody, you can find things that you can connect on, and things that make you both comfortable enough to connect on and comfortable enough to share. Well, thank you guys for watching. Please be your most authentic self. Stay real, stay you, be chalant, be authentic, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. This hat is actually from H&M, and LA and I were at the mall and I got it, and the guy at the cashier was like, oh, like, would you like a gift receipt for your purchase? I'm like, oh, it's for me actually. When they ask you if you want a gift receipt, because they think you're gifting it to a kid, but the kid is actually you. That's how I know this hat was absolutely straight heat. I feel like I literally look like a 5-year-old at Canada's Wonderland right now. This is my tripod.
The sun we hear it, the sun we feel it, the sun we bring it.